Hey guys, and welcome back. Today I'm doing a garden Dollarama haul, and Dollarama is a dollar store here in Canada where nothing's actually a dollar. It's insane. Everything's either a dollar or $4 or anywhere in between, but I still love this store. I was kind of kicked out though. They didn't want me filming, so I started filming and then it was a thing and I wasn't allowed to film and I left, but I still got to get some pretty great stuff, so I still love you, Dollarama, even though you booted me. How beautiful are these giant metal butterflies? I'm kind of in love. This is pretty much an indication of how old I am when you start liking tchotchkes for the garden, but I think it's a really great way to add color, and yeah, they're beautiful. Now, when you buy things from the dollar store for your garden, it's really important that you give them a coat of clear spray paint. This is going to protect them against the sun and the rain and all the other harsh weathers, so they're able to stay looking beautiful even though you only paid a few dollars for them. So I actually picked up more. I actually picked up probably more than I should have. They're the stick in the ground kind. I love them maybe because I'm old, but also because they give you a real pop of color for your garden. And again, I'm gonna clear coat them with a clear spray paint so they last and hold up to the weather. I love them. And for $3, that is a fraction of the price that you're gonna pay in any big garden store. Dollarama's Fairy House collection is pretty insane this year. I was so impressed. Yep, $3 each. This is such a good price. These are really good quality, really well painted fairy houses. I've paid so much more than these. At Michael's, these are going to go for $20 each. So $3 is a great price. If you have little kids and you want to design a fairy garden, these houses are a must-have. My favorite find is probably these garden gnomes. I kind of love gnomes. You saw in my last video where I decorated the patio from the dollar store that I had the Hear No Evil, See No Evil, Speak No Evil, and they have a lot of other ones too. So I grabbed these ones for the garden. I just think they look like stone. They're really beautiful and they were $3 each. That is a steal. Both the Dollar Tree and Dollarama have some awesome outdoor kids toys for the summer. Skipping ropes, sidewalk chalk, giant airplane-y things. There's so many different cool toys that can keep your kids entertained in the summer. And I use dollar store bins and baskets hung on the fence with tie straps to keep all of their toys organized all summer long. We live on the water, so it's pretty much a mosquito breeding ground out there. We're not breeding them on purpose. It's totally because we live on the water. So citronella candles are a must-have. And the dollar store, both Dollarama and the Dollar Tree, you're not gonna find them cheaper. Really big, good quality citronella candles that actually work for a fraction of the price that you're gonna pay at a hardware store. Plus they come in a ton of pretty colors. I mean, who wants a plain citronella candle when you can have one that's really pretty? I also found these mosquito coils. It's something, you set it on fire and it keeps mosquitoes away. So I'm going to test it because I checked at my local hardware store and these exact same coils were going for $10. $10! I paid $3. It's a huge savings to keep away the mosquitoes when you shop at the dollar store. If you haven't already, I'm gonna put a link to the video where I decorate the patio using things from the dollar store. And thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed and I'll see you next time. Hey guys, so thanks so much for those of you who have stayed to the end. I went to get bird food because Kermit's out of bird food and our grocery store doesn't have a budgie food, and I like to get the fortified kind for him because I spoil him, and they didn't have any. So anyways, across the street is this shady looking place called the Pet Zone, and it's basically like Sanford and Sons. There's garbage out and old things all in the parking lot. It looks like it's a shady place, and I walk in, of course it reeks and it's dirty and the shelves are half filled. And I see this Cocker Spaniel puppy. He was an albino Cocker Spaniel puppy with the bluest eyes, and he was almost all white, but he was super obviously a Cocker Spaniel. So I was feeling all the love. I was playing with him. I took him out of the cage. I almost bought this Cocker Spaniel puppy, but I knew Joe would absolutely kill me. I wasn't supporting this place, and they didn't have budgie food, so I'm about to leave, and I spot in the corner the tiniest little bird cage with the saddest little bird inside. This bird, I'm pretty sure he's on his deathbed. He was shivering, this bird just shivering. Not one toy in the cage, not even a mirror, and just shells in his food dish. I don't know what they're feeding it. They don't even sell budgie food. What are they feeding this bird? He tells me it's a baby. It has a full blue nose. It's definitely an old bird. I could not leave without rescuing that bird. And of course, I hate confrontation and I'm never saying nothing, but I gave this guy a piece of my mind for letting the bird stay in that cage. I took that bird and I came home. And now I'm gonna introduce him, this sad, very sad looking bird, to Kermit. So I hope Joe doesn't kill me, but at least it wasn't the puppy. I was this close to getting that puppy. Instead, I got the most messed up, jacked up looking bird you've ever seen. And because he's called Kermit the Frog, I decided to call him Gonzo. Have you seen Gonzo? It kind of reminds me a lot of this bird. He put Gonzo in this box, which is pretty much equivalent of what his cage was like for the past God only knows how long. And ideally I'd have two cages side by side so they could get to know each other. You really shouldn't introduce a brand new bird right inside the cage. But I don't have another cage and I wasn't gonna buy another cage, so we're gonna see how it goes. Oh, Gonzo. Gonzo's wings are clipped. I caught him and he's alive. You could see his tail. Can you see his tail? His tail is pretty much gone. So it's been about a half an hour and they're getting along pretty well. I mean, they're not best buds, but they're not fighting and they've been together side by side on the same perch. So things are going really well, but looking closely now at Gonzo, I see that he's actually a really old bird. Well, old for a budgie. So his feet are blue, and usually baby budgies, they have these lines that go all the way to the front of their beak. And he's completely white in the face, so he is definitely an older bird. He also has the whites around his irises, like they're really white and pale, so that's another indication of his age. So he's probably been in a tiny, horrible, dirty cage without toys and without stimulation for a really long time, which hopefully that's why he looks so, he's very skinny and sickly and he's shivering and his tail's almost completely gone. So he's dirty too. He's not obviously pruning himself. And so hopefully it's his conditions of why he's so sad. And I'm like a sucker for a sick or hurt anything. I'm like, anyway, I should just stay out of, I'll never go back to that pet store, but I should just stay out of pet stores in general because I'll be the person that like a fish will be floating upside down and I'll be like, but that one needs the extra love. Now we have a second bird. So I'll keep you guys updated. Thanks so much for watching and I'll see you next time.